Welcome to Crayola Creativity Week. Today's theme is storytelling adventures. Our special guests are Bindi Irwin, Nick Rees, and Jazz Moody.
G'day!
Hi!
Welcome, Bindi. Please tell us something about yourself.
G'day, I'm Bindi Irwin, wildlife conservationist from Australia Zoo, author and lover of all the arts, especially singing and dancing. Like Bluey, I love exploring new adventures.
Nick and Jazz, please introduce yourselves and tell us how you became artists.
Hi, I'm Nick, and ever since I could remember, I've always been drawing. I love making up my own worlds and characters, but I never expected that drawing would take me to work on a show that millions of people would enjoy watching.
Hi, I'm Jazz. According to my family, I've been drawing non-stop since I was 2 years old. I remember as a tiny child, I'd hide behind our couch, draw on the walls, then check to see if my artwork would be noticeable to my parents or not. Fortunately, they didn't discourage me, and I'm still drawing every day.
Bindi, please read the Bluey book, The Creek.
Bluey, The Creek. Read by Bindi Irwin. Bluey's bored at the playground. She's played on everything twice. Mackenzie has an idea. What about we go to the creek? Yeah, I'll take you down the creek, says Dad. Yay! Cry the kids. Dad scoops up Bingo and races off. Let's bush bash! Bluey holds back. She's not sure what the creek is like. Maybe she might just stay in the playground. But Mackenzie won't let her. Come on, Bluey, the creek is beautiful. The creek is very different to the playground. There are more thorns here, more spiders, and definitely more leeches. But there's also more of these fellas. Wow! The gang heads down a slope. The ground is more uneven here, and there are no steps like at the playground. Ah! Wow, says Bingo when they arrive at the creek. Both Mackenzie and Bingo think the creek is beautiful. But Bluey still wonders if they're right. Dad and Bingo lead them to the spot where he played as a kid. They rock hop it across the water. Some of the rocks are pointy, others are wobbly, and the green ones are slippery. The creek is beautiful, Bluey says to herself. It's so lovely. I'm not scared of it at all, but she might be a little. Whoa! Bluey is getting the hang of the creek. You made it, Squat, says Dad. The creek is an adventure. Here we are. I don't think I've been to the creek since I was your age, says Dad. It still looks the same. The creek must be really old then. Bluey's not sure what to play. In the playground, it is easy, but the creek is different. Just then, a dragonfly flutters past. And Bluey just starts mucking around, skipping stones, and making boats, and building dams. Bluey thinks the creek is fun. At Daddy Day Spa, Dad finally gets his nails done. Bingo slops a mud pack on Dad. This will make you very beautiful. Oh, I'm out of mud. I'll get some more, volunteers Bluey, and heads off. Bluey squelches her paws into the mud. Suddenly, there's a rustling noise. Bluey looks up and gasps. A potteroo! They stare at each other, the potteroo's nose twitching before it bounds off. As the gang heads home, Bluey doesn't have to wonder if Mackenzie and Bingo were right. She knows for sure, deep inside, that the creek is beautiful.
Thank you, Bindi. Why is going on an adventure that helps us step outside of our comfort zone so important?
Nature is beautiful, and it's the best place for us to learn. Nature adventures provide unexpected surprises, whether that's meeting a new bug or playing in the grass. Seeing the world in new ways helps us to learn more about ourselves. So, step out of your comfort zone. You don't have to go far. Nature is everywhere. Start your adventure in your own backyard or at a local creek.
Jazz, can you explain what visual storytelling is?
Visual storytelling is expressing something you want to say through pictures. As a storyboard artist, I translate the words of a script into a series of drawings that depict each scene in an episode. Storyboard artists work closely with the writer and director to make sure that the story we see in our heads represents what they have in mind. This is similar to how an episode and a book like The Creek comes to life. For example, in the episode and book, we saw how Bluey was feeling frustrated and ready to try something new. As the story went on, we saw Bluey feel more comfortable on her outdoor adventure. An illustrator's job is to bring the story to life through visuals. We sketch the background, who is in the scene, and what they are doing. This helps viewers and readers understand what is going on.
Nick, what roles do characters, setting, and plot play in creating a story?
When Jazz explained storyboards, she mentioned who's in the scenes, where they are, and what they're doing. In any story, whether it's an animated video or a picture book, we call these three core elements characters, setting, and plot. And as a background artist, I specialize in creating the settings. It's essential to show viewers where each scene is occurring, either at home, in a familiar playground, or at the creek, where they have a new adventure. When we created the background art for the creek, we drew trees, leaves, muddy paths, and a flowing creek, since these are what make exploring nature so fun. But I also added shadows where things might hide and wobbly rocks that could make you fall, to add the surprise and excitement that outdoor adventures provide. There are many characters in Bluey episodes and books. Beyond Bluey's family, there are school friends, neighbours, and Bluey and Bingo's imaginary friends who are really toys, like Turtle Boy. As a background artist, I've been able to add some fun into scenes. For example, we started to put a toy called Long Dog in all sorts of really silly places in the house to make the animators laugh every episode. But then even fans started noticing the pups hidden in the show. Art can spark a game like Find Long Dog that wasn't originally in the story.
Jazz, since every Bluey episode starts with a storyboard, please show us how to make one.
I'm going to start by doing a very rough line from where the water will be in the creek. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just about there or so. And then Bluey, she's going to be somewhere in the middle of the frame. So I'm going to choose here and I'm going to start sketching her body. Now I'm actually copying from a reference right now. This is from both the Creek episode and the book, The Creek. Just from the scene where Bluey is stepping on the stones. When I'm storyboarding, I will generally do a lot more frames than this one. I'll draw Bluey jumping from each stone. But for this point, I'm just doing the one to show you how I draw this. Loose. And maybe some more grass here. It's okay if the lines overlap because you can fix that later. So you don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing. I urge you to make up your own scenes, but you can use my work as inspiration. Some moss on the rocks, and now we're done.
Nick, for the second art demo, let's focus on an adventure setting.
So Jazz has given us a really lovely scene here. Bluey's jumping on the rocks and feeling a little more confident in what she's doing. Now I'm just adding a little bit of colour to Bluey so that she pops out and she has her beautiful fur colours. The first thing you need to think of is really what's Bluey going to be doing? So Bluey loves to dance and play and have a good time, really. So you can think about what Bluey's going to be doing first. And then usually after that, you'll want to think maybe, where is Bluey playing today? Is she at home? Is she at school? Is she in the park? And go from there, really. I mean, the world is your oyster, really, when you're drawing. The limit is what you can think of. Since Bluey is getting more confident, we want to make sure that we really accentuate her mouth and her smile, her teeth. Also her looking down at her feet and balancing on the rock. That's an important way to show that she's looking at what she's doing and she's happy, she's feeling confident, she's learning. So we're just going to add some more. We're doing the rocks now. These are the rocks that she's been practicing hopping on. Even though they're a little wobbly, she learns that she shouldn't be so scared of it, and it's actually quite fun. I'm just using all kinds of different colors just to make sure they all stand out. Put some slippery moss on them. So I'm going to use a brown to color in this rock here. And just thinking about the main color of the rock, and then I think I'll choose a darker brown and do a shadow on the bottom of the rock. I tend to move my pencil in a kind of a circular motion like that, just because it fills in the shapes a little nicer, a little smoother. If there's a part of the background that I think is going to really help inform me of what the feel and vibe of the rest of the background will be, I'll start there. So say if it's in the afternoon and that afternoon sun is coming in, then a lot of the time that light is going to be very warm. So I just want to very carefully go over Jazz's lines. This is the trickiest part actually, because you don't want anything that Jazz has done to go to waste, because she's a very good artist. Right. And there is Bluey on her creek adventure.
Bindi, Nick, and Jazz, thank you for sharing storytelling adventures with us.
Bye!
Bye!
Teachers, librarians, and parents, be sure to check out more creative ideas at crayola.com/creativityweek. And remember to share children's artwork. Post a photo on social media using hashtag Crayola Creativity Week for a chance to win today's amazing giveaway.